Then for the bow and magic arrows, this will introduce three new types of arrows for the bows that already exist in the game. The entangle arrows, which entangle enemies' legs with brambles to slow their advance. These do have a diminishing return though, and implosion arrows that carry a delayed detonation to your enemy, and then finally slicing arrows, which is 2 arrows that connected by a magical garrote which slices the enemies as they pass through them. As well as that, there's a brand new launcher. It's the alternative for the sling bow, and it has multiple projectiles capable of being loaded with different explosive marbles at once. So it will use the same explosive marbles that the sling bow uses, but you'll be able to load more of these into this launcher, which is quite cool. You can quickly fire multiple of these with one single shot, or you can use the secondary to crank up a large volley of the marbles all at the same time, sort of like a cluster explosion effect, which is really good in some of those tight situations where you're doing a few of the little challenges, and I'd imagine this will be really good in the boss rush as well, which is quite cool. Now, as well as that, for performance, they have added FSR frame generation. The FSR free frame generation has been added as a new option to increase frame rate. This will allow your graphics card to generate additional frames through interpolation, which should significantly improve frame rate. There is a downside to this, as some users may actually notice some input latency. The FSR frame generation should be available on most hardware and can be used in conjunction with any other upscalers, but the underlying frame generation systems from AMD and Nvidia can't be enabled at the same time. So if you are using DLSS frame generation, you won't see the option to enable the FSR generation. If you have a Nvidia 4000 series card and would like to try running it, you can force the DLSS frame generation to turn off by adding this in the launch options of Steam's settings. So quite cool. Hopefully that does improve frame rate a little bit. I've not really had too many performance issues since the latest updates, so that's good. That is really quite cool, and I'm happy with that. As well as that, there are a whole bunch of smaller changes that come with this as well. As you can see, we've got gameplay changes, event, inventory, AI and NPC, and general issue fixes, as well as boss rush fixes. So we'll just go over a few of the key ones, which are the gameplay changes and the inventory ones. So hitting 0 hunger does not kill you anymore. 25% does reduce stamina and maximum health, and it will worsen the closer you get to 0. Resisting no longer removes your time